charity. Christmas is all about being generous and spending quality time with your loved ones, right? Wrong. Christmas time is about owning the libs. The woke mob has gone too far. Pretty soon it's gonna be Frosty the Snow them. And I'm fucking pissed. Yeah, guys, where most Christmas movies will focus on the heart and soul of the holiday season, the Christmas movie we're gonna talk about this year focuses on how the woke left is ruining Christmas for everybody. And that movie is called Jingle Smells. It's available to watch for free on Tubi, which is always a good sign. And guys, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Every movie is good. But I don't see Jingle Smells as a movie. Like, that does not fall under the movie category. And you'll know what I mean when we get into it. I actually found out about this movie from a creator on TikTok named Null. So I'll give a quick shout out to them real quick. So Jingle Smells was released in 2023. It premiered on Rumble. This film is especially unique because it was executively produced by Fox News superstar Sean Hannity. Let's do a quick run through of his accolades. He was named in a defamation lawsuit against Fox News for spreading misinformation, voter fraud. He was accused of sexual misconduct. Separate lawsuit in response to Donald Trump bragging about grabbing women by the pussy. He said this. He's engaged in homophobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia, pretty much anything awful you can do as a journalist. He was also a fucking D1 Obama. Like, he did not fuck with Obama whatsoever. And I'm not going to sit here and say Barack Obama was a perfect president, but at least he looked cool. Barack Obama was dripping in sweat. No, he was droning. Sorry, drowning in it. Droning. The producer of Jingle Smells famously criticized Barack Obama for putting Dijon mustard on a hamburger. I hope you enjoyed that fancy burger, Mr. President. Dude, a bottle of Dijon mustard is fucking $2. It's genuinely so funny to get Trump, who lives in a fucking solid that's like super villain shit, man. So if someone like Sean Hannity wants to produce a film, give me a example of the whole way. So without further ado, let's watch Jingle Smells. The movie starts with a news
There we go.
broadcast from, you guessed
Fixed
it,
it.
Sean Hannity. This is also the main character of the film, Nick. He's locked up in a jail cell at the prison for violating his parole.
Come on, Nick.
Because they never say like what he's like, who knows? This is also when we find out that Nick's dad is the chief of police.
You do this again, I'm not letting you out. Let him out.
So great when the conservatives are always like, no, guys, capture the good guys. Trust me. There's only a few bad apples. We should give them more money, actually. And then they go on and make a movie where in the first 2 minutes of the film, the police chief is literally bending the rules of the law for his own benefit. Nice. So Nick is like the classic slacker character. No job, no direction in his life. And Nick's dad is always like bailing him out of these situations.
When I smooth it over.
But this time, it's different. Nick's dad says that this is the last time he's going to help him out.
This is the last time.
And then he immediately helps him out one more time by getting him a job as a garbage man. Thing is that Jingle Smells is fake. But that's where the smells come from. Because he's the garbage guy. Nick is garbage. Not budgeting your money. Which brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money. Folks, everything feels way more expensive these days, and I don't like it. So I'm trying to find new ways to save money and optimize my spending. And that's why I'm so excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Keeping track of all of your checking, savings accounts, loans, and investments can be super annoying because there's usually like separate banking apps for each one, and it's just way too overwhelming. But with Rocket Money, you can securely link all your accounts to give you a bird's eye view of your finances with both high-level and in-depth account insights. Rocket Money can also help you identify your spending habits. For example, if you see you're spending too much money on fast food, you can actually set a spending goal in the app to help you work towards cutting back. You can also easily create a personalized budget within the app and receive weekly or monthly spending reports to stay on top of your financial activity. So if you want to start taking control of your spending habits, Rocket Money is the best way to do that. And folks, Rocket Money is free to download, but you can get a free premium trial when you sign up with my link. Just go to rocketmoney.com or just simply scan the and I'll also include a link in my description because I'm a really nice guy. All Alright, thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Back to me. Alright, so this next scene is where we get one of the main plot lines of the film. We get to these two news anchors talking about this action star, Mason Stone, who was recently canceled for a video he posted online.
Now Mason's career has taken a turn for the worse.
And this news anchor is played by everybody's favorite stand-up comedian, Jim Brewer. If you've never heard of him, I am so
I guess,
jealous.
bro.
Not because you get to experience him for the first time right here. Jealous because you went your whole life without knowing that this guy exists. Just take a look at Jim Brewer doing his hilarious impression of the Chinese.
Whatever.
Man, they really got the best of They could come out with a fucking Oprah Winfrey biopic, and Chris Pratt would get the part. So they spend the next few minutes showing the public
Probably.
towards Mason Stone. And by
What do you mean possible? Wait, hold up.
And this is also when they show the CEO of Astro Toys, by Eric Roberts. He's now discounting any toys that have to do with Mason Stone.
Recent action. Be manufacturing or distributing any toys, games, or other products related to Mason Stone characters.
It's always great when conservatives complain about cancel culture because they're always just so hypocritical. They're always like, it's a free country, man, free speech, we're supposed to say whatever we want. But then just a few months ago, if someone said literally
Don't get me.
anything, that could be viewed as
Good enough.
about Charlie Kirk, they have a mob of angry right-wing people trying to get them fired from their jobs. That's like textbook. Also, dude, Jim Brewer
Couch fucker.
all across America. We see him whip his willy out in front of several non-consenting women, and then go on to sell out Madison Square Garden and also win a Grammy. So I don't know if cancel culture actually exists this way that they're portraying, you know? But anyway, let's get back to it. Nick is now working as a garbage man, and when I say working as a garbage man, playing volleyball and having a pillow fight. I do love this scene though because this guy, he's supposed to be like the angry, like supervisor dude.
I don't know why I reset my counter, but it's
then when they
fine.
hit him with a pillow, he can't help but smile. I don't know. I thought that was really adorable. Genuinely, I think that was the only time I smiled while watching this movie. I don't think it was in the script. It's a nice reminder that no matter how shitty your day is going, if someone starts a pillow fight with you, you're gonna have a good day.
Get up. It's a pillow fight, dude. Fight back. Oh,
We
yeah.
then cut to Nick back at his apartment, and look, I know this character is supposed to be like a slacker, you know, so I can expect that he's gonna have a messy apartment.
It's fine.
Jesus fucking
It's like a
Christ,
second.
dude. Is he wiping his ass on his wall? Just in his house alone, no job, just smearing his own shit on his walls? Wall paint is the same as wood. Turns drywall into wet wall, dude. What the hell? Nick then meets his dad at a coffee shop where this happy man is singing Christmas songs. And if I know anything about shitty Christmas movies, any character with a gray beard is Santa. I'm gonna call it right now. If we find out that this guy is Santa, I'm gonna fucking flip. Oh, this is a pretty important part.
What you saw? I mean, I only saw it on TV, and I probably would have crawled into a bottle too if I didn't have Lisa.
So Nick was injured during his service, and now he's back in his hometown trying to find a purpose.
Father and son, both serving in the same war, nearly 20 years apart. How wild is that? Huh?
The same war. Ain't that just a loop, man? This is such a bummer. This guy played Clark Kent's dad in Smallville, and now he's playing the dad of a man who smears poop on his walls. Went from parent Superman to fucking Pooperman, bro. We then get a quick scene between Nick's dad
You
and
really hate me
Nick's
that
Nick's dad is
much.
way too much for
Now I see who I was protecting by keeping you
I don't
here.
care if you got PTSD.
Not
Quit
you,
wiping shit on your walls, pal.
but
PTSD.
them.
Put the shit down. So it's now the next day. Nick wakes up in his literal shitty apartment. Classic lazy lazy slacker guy, he slept through his alarm. And Nick's coworker tells him that their regular garbage man duties have been put on hold as they've been hired to pick up a big load of boxes at a company's
Alright, you
warehouse
know what to
and
do
dispose
in
of them at a
ruins, not the ruins, freaking.
Some load and we were heading to a landfill.
Nick hastily gets ready, falls over, spits milk out of his mouth, and runs out of the house with a piece of pizza hanging from his mouth. This is just more proof he's living in an anime. They get to the location of the trash removal, and nobody will tell them who the client is.
Who's the client?
That's privileged information.
This is a ton of product that needs to be removed immediately.
That's a wonderful
A
idea.
warehouse full of boxes, and for some reason, two
7 sunken gold. Interesting. 1029.
garbage truck to rise to dispose.
I guess I could submit that if this run doesn't go anywhere.
All need to be gone before Christmas.
But this is a super confidential job, so this guy is going to be supervising them and watching them like a hawk.
And the client strictly said,
Hawk
keep
poa.
this on the DL.
But then immediately
That's
after
so
saying
dead.
that, he says,
So 2023.
No, I got several other responsibilities to take care of around here.
so fucking which is it, man? And don't try anything funny. I'll be watching you all day. Alright, I gotta go. I can't watch you all day. So before they start squishing the boxes in the garbage truck, they decide to open one up to see what's inside. And what they find is fucking crazy.
What is it?
It's Silver Saturn. Silver Saturn was Mason Stone's big role.
Yeah, guys, it's all the Mason Stone action figures that they're throwing out because he got canceled by the lid.
This big client. Keep it all hush hush. Just cash bro cool. But then this goes out and you see where this cash and all the Mason Stone stuff.
And yeah, I feel like if there was a huge company that needed to dispose of a bunch of products really quickly, I think they would dispose of it themselves immediately. Like, it makes no sense to put a bunch of like warehouse for fucking days. And it's so crazy because they probably threw out all these toys because some college kid got triggered on the internet or something.
You know, it's all because some college kid in the internet triggered or something.
Hey, that's what I said. During his shift, Nick starts walking around because he's awful at everything he does. And he comes across a sad little boy sitting on the ground.
Some older girls up at the park were throwing rocks at me. One time my train and bags were broken.
Seriously? You're throwing rocks? That's bank.
You know what? I wish cancel culture was actually real. So whoever wrote that fucking line can be barred from everything. Little tip: if you're
Scary.
trying to make your protagonist like a likable guy, maybe don't have him tell a super lame and out of touch joke about Palestine. You know, putting that joke in the movie doesn't surprise me. Kennedy produced this quote-unquote movie. But anyways, this sad little kid keeps talking to his friend for some reason. Then he reveals some more personal details about himself. Bullies show up and start chirping him
Hurry
again.
back to your little hole in the wall.
And now Nick is magically on the other side of the fence, arguing with these little girls.
Where?
Sounds like the title of the movie.
Jingle snaps, stinking all the way.
So Nick shoves the little girls to the ground in a fit of anger and to death. Don't believe me, right? We then cut back to the CEO of Hasbro, still freaking out about
Cancel culture nonsense gonna stop.
It's so funny these people are like, oh, when is cancel culture gonna stop? Yet the only people talking about it the entire time in this movie is them. They showed a video of one person being upset about the Mason Stone thing, and then nothing else. Like, these people are making it a way bigger deal than it actually is.
If there was proof, you did something.
You know what? I can agree with that. Nothing is glitched. There needs to be definitive proof that the person did something wrong. I agree with that. Donald Trump was proven guilty of 34 felony counts of falsifying business record. By their logic, they should be canceling that guy any minute now. Yes, another classic pillar in the conservative belief system. Everybody has the right to due process. Unless you're an immigrant, of course. Then they don't give a fuck about due process. They'll just have ICE detain you, get your detention.
Remember to not kill the doggy.
Just like the founding fathers. So Nick then meets up with a popular toy review YouTuber named Pop Frog. This Pop Frog guy specializes in buying toys. Scarlet Mason Stone action.
That'll let you
Pop Frog is almost skeptical.
Wow. This is legit.
What did that do?
This is legit.
I feel like if he was really an expert on rare toys, he'd be able to tell that it's real by being literally nice. All Nick did was move it like a few inches closer. This is a real samurai sword. I'll be the judge of that.
legit.
Then Pop Frog brings up a pretty good point that I brought up. Yeah, again, doesn't make sense whatsoever. Nobody can know that we made thousands of these action but then turn all the security cameras off and leave them in disguise and a new identity with a new passport and everything. What could go wrong? But anyways, Nick sells this action figure to the YouTuber for $200 and plans to bring more action figures to sell. Then cut to Nick's dad having a real home while the dollar guy plays Christmas songs. This guy is saying that but they're arguing about how Nick never pays them back when they lend him money.
Well, a loan implies repayment, and to date he has not paid you back a single dime.
Then Nick shows up and absolutely flexes on them.
That's the first installment. What bank did you rob?
We then get a nice clip of some textbook, awful editing.
Where did you get this much cash?
Or maybe his dad is a ventriloquist on the side. I don't know.
Where did you get this much cash?
We now cut to the little boy who's getting bullied. He opens his door and finds a Christmas present sitting on his doorstep. He opens it up and it's one of the canceled Mason Stone action figures. And the card attached to the gift reads,
Merry Christmas, Silas.
yeah, I stalked this little boy to find out where he lived and then made him an accessory in his crime. The stolen toys he was supposed to destroy.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, check it out. We then cut to the Cash Bros CEO finding out that Pop Frog has several of the Mason Stone action figures, and he's pretty upset.
How the heck did he get it?
Yeah, I wonder how, man. That's a real fucking hoot. We'll find out in 20. These guys are so dumb. It's gotta be the only two guys that have access to the toys. That same day, the sad little boy straps up
This is between me and you know, and the big guy.
The president?
No, not him. Don't go near him.
So this movie was made when Joe Biden was still president, so that was supposed to be a diss towards him. When they
Alright, time to get unlucky and get triple encounters and it's double encounters. XDDD. You know, I was joking when I said that, by the way. I guess, bro.
On the block probably won't be getting
You're right, kid.
Seeing everybody struggle during the holiday season. This couple can't afford a Christmas tree while the evil Christmas tree salesman openly counting all the money.
I guess, bro.
Fucking Christmas tree salesman is evil, but you know, at least this movie tries something. Also, if you can't afford a Christmas tree, trees are everywhere. With a Bass Pro. Amazon. There's Amazon. He becomes Jingle Smells. He runs around town dropping off gifts to the less fortunate kids all over. And when I say gifts, he's just dropping off the same couple of action figures to every household. And this is what is like
Fair enough.
Christmas movies are always about like being generous, charitable, and helping people in need. But when the fuck has the conservative government ever done anything for people in need? Donald Trump's recently passed One Beautiful Bill Act will leave 15 million access to just over 1 million people will be cut off from their SNAP benefits, and also 12 million people could lose health coverage because of the bill's massive cuts to
Alright, now I need
which,
two
by the
triples.
way, 1 in 10 veterans rely on Medicaid for their health benefits, and the main character of this fucking movie is a war vet struggling to get by in his daily life. Like, how do they not fucking see the irony, dude? A conservative Christmas movie does not make sense. Straight up, conservatives would not fuck with Santa Claus if he was a real guy. A dude from a foreign country giving free toys to children and eating your cookies. If Santa wasn't shot in the chest for trespassing, mice would fucking capture Santa Claus and slit his throat live on TV. Alright, let's get back to the movie. All the kids
Alright, actually give me a triple this time, please.
Or where they acquired them remains a mystery.
could have guy playing the worst song ever on his guitar. If he's Santa Claus, I'm gonna flip. Nick then has a meeting with his dad, who's still skeptical about how he's making all that money.
I hope you're keeping your nose clean.
Yeah, I don't think it's his nose you gotta worry about him keeping clean. Have you seen his apartment? It's caked in shit. You think get another awesome ventriloquist moment from his dad?
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Fair enough. I'm losing time here, by the way. Just
So Nick and his coworker go back to the warehouse to grab more action figures.
I can't see anything.
Some bad news.
It's my mom. She works at the hospital. She heard two doctors talking. They said Santa can't visit the sick kids tonight. Said he had to cancel because there's a snowstorm.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sick kids at the hospital who aren't getting presents this Christmas because Santa is gonna get stuck in a snowstorm.
Some of those kids are very sick. They really wanted to see Santa.
Kid's a fucking bummer. So Nick's coworker confronts him about being Jingle Smells, and he freaks out.
Just because you're happy living in the dump being nothing doesn't mean I have to. Hey!
What a nice guy. Nick is down on his luck, and what do people do?
Kill Peter Parker.
Then the guitar man shows up. There's a conversation about Nick's experience in the army.
And they died. There's warning, there's no reason for it, you know?
I hate to break it to you, son, but that's just life.
Yeah, if he is Santa Claus, I am gonna do it.
Every year I see electricity. Good one year is just something bad the next.
No.
Bah, humbug. Certainly not Nick Gutman, the military hero turned noble garbage man.
How do you know my name?
No.
Hello. Thank you for all you've done to help us.
Okay, I'm not losing that much time.
That my little helpers have come to visit me on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas, Santa. I mean,
Nothing. One frame saved.
No. Wait, no, hold on. Seriously, how do you know my...
He was Santa? Fucking knew it, man. I'm so pissed. I am about to flip. Okay, so let me get this straight. In this universe, Santa exists. Santa is a real guy, and that guy was Santa the whole fucking time. In that case, Santa is a fucking asshole. There's a whole street of kids in that town who doesn't get toys on Christmas. And there's sick kids at the hospital who never got toys either. He said Santa can't deliver them because of a snowstorm. He's there. Santa is there already.
That's just life.
Fuck Santa.
Spoopy.
Okay, we're almost done the movie, thank God. Nick goes to the hospital and he sneaks around to deliver these toys to the sick kids. I'm guessing security cameras don't exist in this town, which is, pretty convenient because Nick would have been caught several times already. I also can't help but wonder why he didn't, just sell all of the action figures and then use the money he got from selling the action figures to buy, instead of giving everybody these random ass fucking action figures, right? Those kids are probably like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? The movie never even came out. Nick ends up getting caught by his father at the hospital, and his dad is pissed.
Come on, you gave me $1,000 cash and you made me an accessory.
Well, you know what they say. Some accessories are required.
Am I smiling?
But yeah, I don't know what he meant by that. He mixed up some accessories and accessories separately.
Sweet, like.
That's a good effort, but shockingly,
No.
I'm not gonna believe this. Nick's dad is up yet again.
I'm giving you 5 minutes. That's it, Nick. That we need to
All
get
right.
you
Let's see if I can do this, because it's been a while.
all the way. Give the toys to girls and boys with a garbage truck for a sleigh. Hey!
Krista, okay.
Merry Christmas.
This is I'm sorry, this is so
actually haven't practiced that in a while. By a while, I mean 2 years.
CEO just changes his mind immediately about jingle smells.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
And he lets Nick go.
Officer, I'm not pressing charges.
And the movie ends with a big party, and we also find out that Mason Stone is no longer canceled. He just booked a big new movie role.
A new movie? Oh, that is awesome.
So what the fuck? This entire movie, they're like, cancel culture has gone way too far. It is a real thing that exists, and it's ruining everybody's lives.
Jingle Smell's secret identity is Nick Gutman. He's a warrior for standing up to
Here
cancel
comes
culture.
Gaster.
And you end the movie by literally showing it
Imagine.
does not exist. Dude, what the fuck?
I guess everybody deserves a second chance.
But yeah, that's the movie Jingle Smells, guys. That movie stunk more than Nick's walls, man. Holy shit. I think overall, I'm gonna give Jingle Smells a 1 out of 10. I would give it a 0, but this movie actually did something pretty cool, I think. This movie shows us what we have to look forward to if the conservative government continues to cut funding to art programs. Okay? I'm sorry for repeating myself again, but the idea of a Christmas movie is kind of an oxymoron, you know? Like, in no way was this movie ever going to be good. Christmas is helping out underprivileged and marginalized communities, and that kind of goes against everything the conservative government cares about, which is, of course, making a small group of billionaires even richer than they already are.
Fine.
So the responsibility falls on us yet again. Somewhere around this video, you'll see a link to donate to a fundraiser for Feeding America. They are the largest hunger relief organization in the United States, and they've been given a 95% approval rating on Charity Navigator. So they actually do like good, honest work when it comes to eliminating hunger in America. And whenever I talk about this on my channel, there are always hundreds of comments that say something along the lines of, "Bro, what do you care? You're Canadian. This doesn't even affect you, bro." Which is probably the most American thing you could ever say. Half of my audience is American. I don't know what they're teaching in geography down there, but we do share a pretty big border.
Alright, just
Upstairs.
try and
And
hit
I've
these
also done a lot of
crits.
work in the US, which means I've paid a lot of US taxes. I've probably paid more US taxes than those. So yeah, if you have the means to donate anything this holiday season, please feel free to donate to Feeding America. Any little bit helps, and I will also be matching donations up to $10,000. Alright guys, that's it for the video, and also that's it for 2025, dude. Whoa, it's been a crazy year, man. I finished my very first world tour, did a bunch of shows in Europe and the UK for the first time in my life, and I had the most incredible time, man. I did shows in some of the world's most iconic venues, all across America, Canada, Australia as well, and this has honestly been the best tour of my entire life, so thank you so much to everybody who came out to those shows. I am taking a break from touring next year, so I'm very excited to have some time on my own and put all my energy into YouTube and making the best videos I possibly can. I have a lot of really fun video ideas that I've been wanting to make, but my touring schedule has been pretty gnarly. Yeah, anyways, thank you for the ongoing support. Really do appreciate it. Hope you guys have a nice holiday season and a happy, fun, safe new year. See you guys in 2026. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. And trust me, I would stick around, but unfortunately I have to go. I have to go deliver a bunch of toys. I've been Santa the whole time. Like, folks, just want to give everybody a huge update. Video I made like 6 months ago.
Alright, it's
about
been a while since I
Digimon
remember
cards.
this.
Check it out. I finally pulled it. I pulled a numbered gold card. We did it. It took 6 months. We did it. But enough of the good news. Okay, that's not what this channel is about. So I've talked about a lot of movies on this channel. And for the most part, even though movies I've watched have
Not fine. It's fine. I only lost 3 seconds here.
Christianity is illegal. A group of Christians is trying to fight back. I also really love the sentence communism is all over the place. Like they're talking about dust in a basement. When's the last time you cleaned in here? There's communism all over the place. Fucking caked in communism. Damn, bitch, you live like this? This 2025 movie came out this month on Amazon Prime. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, so this is a legitimate movie, right? If it's able to be on like one of the main streaming services, right? And then I did a little bit of research, and I found out that pretty much anybody can just upload a movie to Amazon for free. So never mind. And after a little bit more research, I found out that the director and star of this movie is just a YouTuber. He's a Christian YouTuber. Well, I mean, according to him, he's a #1 best-selling director. But I don't really know where he got that title from because he only has one IMDb credit and it's this movie. So maybe he's like the #1 best-selling director of this movie, which, I mean, I guess he's right. But I would just love to talk about this movie today because it is the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot, okay? That's coming from a guy who really didn't find the first Suicide Squad. So without further ado, let's talk about 2025 World Enslaved Firefighters. The movie starts with an epic car chase with the main character, Roy. He's driving away.
Here comes
from
the
police who are
true
trying
meat
to
of the
shoot him
thing.
and kill him. But when they finally
I also
catch up
believe
to
that
him, for some reason they decide to just arrest him instead. And we got this great scene right here where he slides across the hood of a car to just get arrested on the other side. And dude, that is so funny. Sliding across the hood of a car to just get arrested. That's like doing a double backflip into a pool of your dad's piss. Like the first part was cool, but the second part is really have that. How old is that pool? How long is he filling up that pool? You know what I mean? Now he's getting interrogated by this policeman because Roy's got a Bible. Okay, and that shit's illegal. It's not allowed.
They are from a time when life is different. The time when we could meet up friends, go to restaurants, celebrate whatever, whenever we wanted.
They also never say outright that it's COVID-19 in this movie, but it's heavily implied.
I
because
slipped.
It started in
It's fine.
2020 and it stopped like large social gatherings from happening.
The state leaders came up with new regulations to address the people and security. The state leaders started to take away our rights and our freedom. Their excuse was virus. Something they sold us and they killed us.
I thought it was 80.
They sold us as a super deadly killer virus.
Why?
5.5 million people died so far, but you're upset that you can't go to a restaurant? Doesn't seem very logical. What would Jesus do? I don't know, but I can tell you it wouldn't make this fucking movie. I'm just giving you guys the main points he makes in this scene. Like, this whole part is like 5 minutes of uninterrupted exposition and him just complaining that you can't go to restaurants anymore because of COVID.
If everyone would stop thinking like that, we could really achieve something big.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start a sin tally for this guy. As the movie goes on, we'll tally up all the sins that this guy commits, and we'll see how many he's got by the end.
If I don't get a 10
So
minutes,
far,
it's
we've got
golding.
resisting arrest. I don't know. To a Christian, I feel like that could be a sin. You know, it is a crime. And also, he just, like, undermined millions of deaths. So, that's 2 so far. Not looking good. So now we find back 3 months ago. Roy is hanging out
I'm
with his sister
fucking
Hannah.
gonna die.
Our other friend barges in with some bad news about Jack.
Arrested.
Just give me another.
Oh, wait. Who's Jack?
He was a friend, a brother.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hannah. So this friend, and I'm sorry, I don't remember his name or no, I don't think they
Hello?
actually say it in this movie, and even if they did, I just wasn't.
Is it
paying
me
attention.
you're
This
looking
movie is so
for?
boring. So we'll just call him Friendo. Friendo Baggins. How about that? Friendo Baggins comes over and he's like, "You guys gotta stop being Christian, okay?" One second, I don't want you guys to die, so please stop being Christian. But they say no, so he quits their little like Christian rebellion group. Sorry, but I'm out. And that really upsets them.
Stop.
Because like the synopsis says, being Christian is illegal. So, being Christian is a crime, and like crime is sin. Therefore, the act of being a Christian is a sin. So, let's add one. Sorry, Roy. So Roy and Hannah decide that they need to go out and find more Christians because there's just no Christians left in the world. Because if you guys didn't know, one of the most common symptoms of COVID isn't a loss of taste.
Longest scroll of all time. Thank you,
It's a loss
Toby.
of faith.
I don't know.
So that's what they do. They go out to find more Christians. And they do this by just randomly spray painting a bunch of fish symbols around their city. If you didn't know, Christians used this symbol to like secretly show other people that they like fucked with God. You know, back when Christians faced persecution in the Roman Empire. But there were like less people back then, right? You know what I mean? They had like a phone number, a website, a fucking QR code. I think, like, what's that gonna do? Someone's gonna walk by and see a fish and be like, oh, a fish. Alright. And you know what? I'm gonna have to add another sin. Graffiti. Really? I don't think Jesus would have liked that. Also, while we're on the topic of sinning, I feel like I need to talk about the TikToks that I mentioned earlier in the video. Let's just watch it.
This is Joshua. I believe it's 29. Right now, missing his girlfriend. A happy 18.
Alright, if I get quick kill, this is not golden.
Because in the
This is
caption, it says,
tying
"You have been
gold,
my
but
best
it's
friend
not
for
golden, I
4
don't think.
years. When did you start dating her? When she was 14?
Terrible start.
Maybe 27 at the time. Later, he proposes to his child bride.
Yeah, look at some of these YouTube videos where I stumbled across a video.
Yeah, I'm not doing a great job. That's better though. Whatever, man. Come on.
Cop found them. But luckily, a random guy comes up behind the cop and knocks him out. I also want to add that Roy just straight up hitched Hannah as she got shot.
Whoops.
She got fucking shot. And he was like, fucking right.
I thought the attack was ending, so. Oh! Yes! 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 Yes!
She just got shot. Bring her to a hospital.
Don't worry, I'll help you. Oh my god, thank you. Where were you born? What? Where were you born? It doesn't matter. Where were you born? I need to know. It doesn't matter. Where were you born? I need to know. Okay, I was born in New Jersey. New Jersey. Where are you going? You said you were born in New Jersey. Yeah, my dad was born in New Jersey. Okay. Like the vine. Yeah, like the vine. Anyways, good luck with your bullet wounds, man. What do you mean wounds? I only have one.
Back to the movie. They all get back to their secret Christian base where Hannah's bullet wound is already.
Yeah, I got hit a bit earlier in the thing,
And
so.
this is where we meet this guy.
Honestly,
I don't know
though,
his
not
name.
bad.
I don't
Not a
think they
bad
fucking
pace.
Say it in this movie. So we'll just call him Guy. Guy found them because he saw all the fish symbols everywhere, so I guess their plan fucking worked somehow. So they got one more Christian added to their team. And let's see what their big plan is.
Now our plan is we just spray fish. Maybe find better
Bubble.
plans. That's our plan for now.
Let's go spray some more fish.
That's amazing. Let's do it.
Nice, man. Just spray fish and hope for the best. Because it worked so well last time. And you'd think the scene ends right here, right? Seems like a perfectly normal time to end a scene.
No. I'm looking for some new sprays because I think we forgot them where we were. I'm gonna take a look at that.
Alright. Cool.
Why leave that in? Even fucking Guy was like, well, there's no way this is gonna be left in the movie because this was nothing at all. So I'm gonna look right down the fucking barrel of this movie. And dude, there are so many scenes like this in the movie. Like literally 80% of this movie are the characters just sitting around talking, like just chatting about God, like they're at Bible camp or something. And honestly, man, it's sentences like,
I'm looking for some new sprays because I think we forgot.
that make me think that they just fucking made up the plot as they went along, which is probably what they did when they wrote the Bible. But still, it's just straight up lazy. Okay, setting for your wife. She's young and impressionable. But anyways, Hannah and Guy keep chatting, and this is where we really learn a lot about these characters with some hard-hitting dialogue.
Do you live around here, or where do you live?
I live actually 20 minutes. I know it's
Jesus Christ. So now we meet this other character named Layla, who's actually played by Roy's real-life thing. We meet this character at her house where she pours way too much milk into her cereal bowl and opens a letter from her mom that says, "Please don't risk your life for cereal. You need so much."
That's an insane whiff.
Her mom wrote that letter because Layla actually works for the Christian government. I'm not quite sure what she does there. I mean,
That's fine. It's like 8 seconds.
Confusing because the only thing that happens in her
Unfortunately,
day
that didn't
of
happen
work
on
is some guy will
Glad
walk
Dummy,
up
which
and go,
does
"Here are the
nothing."
cases for today."
Those are the latest cases.
Okay, I will bring it to the masses, Archie.
This can still be like a
And I assume
104, I
they're,
think.
like COVID cases, I guess. But when she opens up the folder, it literally just looks like a bunch of first names typed out into Microsoft Word. So in this world, the way they post COVID cases, they just post a huge list of just first names. And if your name is on there, you go, oh, well, I guess that's for me. Same as if you walk by a spray.
You know, I kind of forgot how to do this.
I guess that's for me. Honestly, on second thought, if that's how they display COVID cases, I feel like we'd be better. Because like numbers.
Never mind, I'm the goat. I'm just the goat. I'm just the goat. I'm just the
Because
goat.
people usually don't care until it like happens to them. You know? But anyways, Leela actually steals the list of cases and just leaves the folder empty, and then this happens.
Those latest cases?
Yeah, everything in there.
Excellent. I'll give them to Sergeant Lucinda, my daughter. She'll take care of it.
But okay, let's just recap what just happened at her job. Some guy left the latest COVID cases in a folder on her desk for her to relay to the masses. I think that's what she said. And it was on her desk for about 44 seconds.
Lamau.
Lucinda, I'm sure you've had time to copy all these hundreds of thousands of first names and relay them to the masses, right? Like, what kind of fucking office are you running here that seems so unorganized? And this is also the perfect time to talk about the editing in this movie, because oh my god, the editing in this movie. Let's watch this scene right after he took the fucking empty envelope off the desk. And that's another thing. Wouldn't he know? Wouldn't he feel that he was just holding an empty manila folder? Sorry, I'm nitpicking. I'm gonna show you the scene unedited. This is how they chose to leave it in the movie. So he was there. The screen went black for no reason, and then he was gone. What the fuck happened? Did he get I just don't know how movies like just get made and are allowed to be made. Sorry. Got kidnapped by a ninja. He's really nice though. He had like a appropriately aged wife. It's great. So now we cut to a cool scene of Roy, Anna, and Guy. Now they're out just spraying more fish. Again. Second time's a charm. That's the thing about spraying fish.
Do it to Jesus.
Gonna be 10 seconds ahead. Hopefully the Asgore will carry it.
Dude, man, I didn't even think about this, but youth pastors, they must be having a fucking field day with all this COVID shit. Oh my god. You know, guys, you really can't socially distance yourself from our Lord and Savior. And listen, at the end of the day, I don't need the vaccine, right? I have all the antibodies I need. The antibody of Christ.
Yeah,
I flipped my chair around for that bit so I could lean on it like a cool guy, but you can't even notice in the frame, which is cool. That's embarrassing. Okay, so now we know that it is COVID that they're referencing in this movie, so at the very least, that terrible joke actually gave us some exposition that was
14 seconds,
We
wow,
then got to
okay.
a super cool scene of this hacker who's trying to track down the Christians, and they're doing some epic Bible research.
Should be fine.
And I gotta say, as bad as this movie is, this is the first time I've seen anything like this. A fucking Bible research montage with house music playing in the background? Let's fucking go, dude. That's hilarious. I honestly wish I thought of that first. Okay, now we cut to the gang sitting at their secret base when we hear a knock at the door.
Who's that? Are you a traitor? Did you sell us out?
Yeah, that's what I say to Jenna whenever someone knocks on our door too.
Are you a traitor?
But Guy isn't a traitor. He wouldn't do that. Okay, traitor, I hardly know her. The person at the door was the hacker.
What you might call a hacker.
I hardly know her. I can't stop. She wants to help them out with their cause.
I want to help.
And this next scene is fucking hilarious. It's yet another scene where the characters just sit in a circle and fumble through a conversation about Jesus. But there are some great lines of dialogue in this part, and I would like to show you one that has been burned in my brain ever since I heard it.
So I can do that. I can get all the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police.
I can get all the phone numbers of the Christians if I hack the police.
I can get all the phone
I believe I
numbers
also
of
need to,
the Christians if I hack the police.
That might be the funniest line of dialogue I've ever heard in my life. Like, I'm just picturing this like, huge safe at a police station that's just full of Christian phone numbers. Why would you need them? Why would you ever need
I don't know, I might be
them?
wrong.
It's not something like I am. They're
I might be
actually pretty
misremembering,
excited
but I'm
about this
going to
one.
do it anyways,
Game changer.
just in case I'm wrong. Because this is the one thing that I didn't do. I didn't do.
inside the government. So Roy and Leela are walking around, laughing and flirting. He shoves her, and while this is happening, we see shots of the Earth turning red, slowly turning red. I'm guessing it's like a wave of Christianity. So Christianity is now spreading through the Earth's population, much like a highly contagious virus. That's actually one of the main symptoms in the new variant. It's Christianity. You actually become a Christian. But I guess instead of COVID-19, it's COVID-18. Finally. I also am going to add a sin for pushing a woman. And dude, this next scene It's fucking weird as shit.
Alright,
as well.
yeah, I remember
so Roy's
properly.
Other random friend stops by, and he says that his entire family was arrested for being Christian, and they're about to be executed. And then Roy says
Happy for the people that are now
I told my good friend, my family was just kidnapped, and they're about to be killed, and I couldn't do anything about it. And he was like, you should be happy for it.
Why'd you
wanna have
kill my brother?
Dude, I would toss them into a pool of my dad's piss. Like, fuck you, man. And dude,
I
that's
know.
not even the worst of it.
We actually got some new stuff here. I think you got the Bible DVDs and the Bible study DVDs. But we got some worship night DVDs.
Like such a dickhead. Yeah, sorry your whole family's about to die, but got this new feed, bro. Fucking straight out the stew. Got you tired. Having brand new Bible shit. Keep bumps. This screenshot is honestly like a genuinely amazing, unintentional critique of Christianity. Somebody fucking crying and like sad, their life is falling apart. They just need someone to help them, like lift them and make them feel better. And then there's this super religious guy beside them being like, yo, here's a DVD to follow whatever they say on there and you'll get to heaven and see your family again. That'll be $10, by the way. And I'm not saying all churches and pastors are money hungry, but I'm sure there's a few.
He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help it.
Okay, now we cut to the government building where the sergeant is giving a Neil Breen-esque monologue.
Unite thoughts, unite currency.
What the what? How did I do what? Zero frame?
This one features the government breaking up all the Christian groups around the fields, singing their Christian songs. And honestly, dude, if cops did this more often, I feel like less people would. I'll go on record and say it should be illegal to play an acoustic guitar around a campfire. Okay? I fucking hate that shit. And if you're singing too, you deserve a life sentence. Okay? No, longer than a life sentence. A life paragraph. How about that? Alright, break it up. This song fucking sucks. Almost at the end of the movie. Trust me. So back at the government headquarters, we get another weird, pointless Neil Breen-esque monologue from the sergeant.
These are antiques. These are things that are made of history.
Is he drunk? Why is he talking like that?
These are what holds people's dreams. These represent
Almost. That was terrible. It's fine. Dude, I'm trying. Dude. Come on. I literally practiced this evening. I need some 500s to clutch this up. I'm losing so much time. Yeah, this is not gonna be enough to PB. Can I? I'm sorry? There we go.
Seriously, that is how the movie ends. Then in the credits, they give a nice speech. This money, Jesus Christ. Which is nice because I know Jesus. I think he was actually in charge of like holding the boom mic. Because, you know, he has experience with holding his hands up for a while. Man, I don't even know where to begin with my final thoughts. And honestly, I'm not usually one to like shit on independent films because, you know, making a movie isn't easy, even with a huge budget, right? If you have a small budget, it's even harder to make a good film. I don't know, man. If you're gonna make a fucking anti-mask sci-fi Christian movie because you're pissed that you can't go to restaurants anymore, I don't know, dude. You're kind of asking to get made fun of. And when the director and star of the movie starts an
I can
Instagram
try
caption
and
about his girlfriend with finally 18,
push
I
this
don't
for a
feel bad
BB.
at all. Fuck your movie, dude. It sucks. Add another 1,000 sins. Based on the fact that this movie changed my mind about my all movies are good theory, and the fact that it's like making me strongly consider devil worship, I give 2025 The World Enslaved by a Virus 1 out of 18. Year-old lives. I'll see you in hell. Okay, now let's... Hey, I'm going on tour. That's right, it's the Curtis Connor Down Under. I hardly know it. I'm going to Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Auckland. And guess what? Tickets are on sale right now. So click the description and get your tickets today. I'll see you there. I'm so excited.
I need like a low 11 flat.
Them in these like elaborate traps to force them to fight for their lives. For example, in the opening scene of Saw 2, Saw kidnaps this guy who's a snitch. What's his name? Iceland. If he doesn't open it in time, the key and the subject plays behind his back. So yeah, obviously the Christian or gore because it's a Christian movie, but it does feature an eerily similar plot. And also, the other staple of the song, crazy twist. And this movie has Like, and she agreed. Tiling on the camera down a little bit. You can see two guys looking something like. Okay, so we now cut back.
Alright, last phase. 1, 2, 3,
Just interviewing people. It's so fucking stupid. That's like detective character.
That should be good.
His name is Jesus. He kept doing fucked up shit like that. People were like, Jesus, man. And then, you know, kind of just stuck. And then finally, he talks about how she to Christian charities. Yo. Goes home, he reads the Bible, and cries. And that's it. And that storyline confirms two things. One, Christians want to be oppressed so bad. It has always been so fucking easy to be a Christian in America. But every single Christian she interviewed is like, yeah, life fucking sucks now. People don't like God anymore. Well, except for the little girl who was like, I'm only alive because Jesus used me as a carrier pigeon. Storyline confirms is Christian movies are just people fucking talking. It's the same in the 2025 movie I talked about last year. It's just people sitting down.
Dude, 1 second, BB. I actually clutched that so badly. That was a terrible Asgore. terrible Hotland section. Everything else was okay to decent. That's such a joke, dude. That's such a joke. That would have been a 104. That would have been a 104. That would have been a 104.
But they use the key to open like some storage bin that's in the room.
Oh, this is gonna actually still show, isn't it? Ooh, spooky.
That looks like a body.
It's fine.
I don't know why
Oh, lol, lol, lol.
fucking cosplayer.
That looks like a body.
That looks like a body. You do know that's literally a corpse, right? Okay, so they pull the body out and they realize Smitty's twin brother, Alex.
Neutral Glitchless. It's my 5th run. Interesting.
He said his name was Smitty.
James? I thought he said his name was Smitty. That is actually fucked up. I don't know why he gave him a different name, but I'm just gonna keep calling him Smitty. So that is Smitty and his brother's name Alex. While the twins are freaking out on the floor together, Ed actually has a theory about who kidnapped him.
How's your guys' relationship right now? I don't see what the hell's Smitty and this man. I guess that means not good. Then how do you know my brother and I writing it fits the MO? The MO of what? The guy's been writing about.
So you mean to tell me the reporter, Ed, is currently writing a story about a guy kidnapping people, locking them up, and it took him this long to connect the dots? You know, for a guy whose full name is Education, I don't think he has one. Ed is short for, right?
They call him the reconciler.
He said it. He said the name of the movie. Now we've got our main antagonist of the film. Let's see what he's all about.
The reconciler. This has his signature on it. What signature? Kidnapping estranged family members and locking them up until they talk. I remember reading something about him doing this like 2 cops or something.
Yeah, man, the reconciler kidnaps people who can't get along, and he holds them captive until they work out their differences. And then once they do, he sets them free.
They call him the reconciler.
That's gotta be the lamest fucking serial killer of all time, I think. What the fuck? Could you imagine if Jigsaw...